Based on the decisions we make, our future gets written. From the moment that you start making decisions, you start creating your own karmic fruit. And as we grow, we use our intellect, we use our purity of thought, our buddhi and our shuddhi, to utilize our free will to make the best decisions possible. Our life script is not written. Our life stage set is written. So if you imagine a theater, there's a lot of aspects of a theater. There's a stage, there's the stage decorations, there's the other actors and actresses, and then there's the script. Now, the script is that which keeps the plot moving, right? If you've got a husband and a wife, and one of them says, I want a divorce, and the other one says, I hate you, I'll give you a divorce, and storms out the door. Well, that's one plot. But if one of them says, I want a divorce, and the other one says, but I love you, you can't leave me, and goes and gives them a big hug, different plot. Totally different story. Two different scripts. The actors are just reciting lines. But you know that if you read both of those scripts, you would know that drama is going to be completely different. Now, for our lives, we've got different aspects of karma. We've got long-term karma, short-term, immediate, that which is blossoming in this particular lifetime, that which will blossom in a next lifetime. If you take the sum total of all of your karmic fruit that is blossoming in this lifetime, that is known before you take birth, because your immediate karma isn't known. That's based on what I do. So if I pick up this glass of water and I pour it on me, I'll get wet. Immediate karma. But it's not pre-written that I'm going to pick it up and pour it on myself. I have free will. So whether I have wet clothes in 5 minutes or not is determined by the decision that I make about picking up that glass of water. That's immediate karma. But when we take birth, there is a whole bunch of karma that is now, its fruits are going to bear in this lifetime. That creates the set for your life drama. Where you're born, who your parents are, therefore what sort of opportunities you'll have, what sort of sanskaras you'll have, what personality you're likely to develop, what lessons you're going to learn, what challenges you're going to go through. All of that is absolutely pre-written. But what you do with that is what determines the rest of your life. From the moment that you start making decisions, you start creating your own karmic fruit. And as we grow, we use our intellect, we use our purity of thought, our buddhi and our shuddhi, to utilize our free will to make the best decisions possible. Based on the decisions we make, our future gets written. Now, some of it is already pre-written. Meaning, I was speaking yesterday about, we were talking, I think, somehow about choosing your destiny in some way. And I was talking about how, for me, at 52 years old, which I am now, at about 5'3", no matter how diligently I work, there's absolutely no way that I can make a new career for myself as a professional basketball player or a professional football player. It's just not going to happen. If I had, at 5 or 7, decided that in my life what I wanted to be was a professional basketball player, well, things would be different on some level. I couldn't change the fact that I was only going to be 5'3". So I would always have challenges in it. It's very likely I never would be able to be a professional basketball player. I've never heard of one that short. But I could certainly have developed a great skill in basketball. I might be a really, really, really good basketball player, even if I wasn't professional. So that's kind of the intersection between that which is pre-written, never changes, with what we put in. And so throughout our lives, that which we came in with, that which was pre-written, intersects with all of that we do with our free will. But even all of the free will choices are impacted by what you learned when you were a child. If we were raised in a family that taught us you're stupid, you're worthless, you're lazy, you're never going to be anything, we've got full free will. But chances are we don't use it. Chances are we self-sabotage. Chances are we create this prophecy. We fulfill the prophecy. Or we are just depressed and miserable, or we become an addict, or we become a workaholic to prove that I'm not worthless. And on the other hand, if we come into this world in a family that teaches us who you are is divine, whatever you do, doesn't matter. Who you are is divine. You are full, you are whole, you are complete, you are divine. Again, that same free will gets used with so much more clarity and courage. So there are lots of intersecting threads. But our sadhana that you asked about, our sadhana is that which enables us to make the very best use of our free will. So that whatever our background may be, whatever we came from, we can transcend all of it, if not all of it physically, or cognitively, at least all of it spiritually. And so that we can really purify. Sadhana is that which purifies. It purifies all of those impressions that have been left upon us. The sanskaras, the vasanas, that have been left upon us by childhood that may not necessarily be so conducive to the life that we want to live. So the sadhana is what takes us exactly where we want to go. And the choices we make now, as I said, they are what determine our future. I always say this moment is the pre for everything that is predestined for you in the future. In this very moment, whatever you're doing is determining your future. And so we use this moment wisely. And if we don't know what to do in this moment, we meditate. We pray. We do seva. We chant. We sit at the feet of a guru. We ask so that we know what seeds to plant, so that we can have the fruit that we want in our lives tomorrow.